Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Burning River Browns Talk for the Fanatical Elves Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Thank you for joining me today. Hey, got some things to talk about, got some things to go over. The Cleveland Browns held some press conferences yesterday. What's wrong with me? Coach Kevin Stefanski did, Denzel Ward spoke, and of course, Deshaun Watson. So let's talk about that. And, pretty much organized team activities, voluntary. Not everybody's there, but major players are there. Miles Garrett usually doesn't come to these things, so it's not a big deal. But what this mostly is classroom and weight training. There's not much on the field, if anything, on the field at all. So we're going to talk about that. But before I go any further with this episode today, it's 8:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. I'm here for the Burning River Browns talk with the Fanatical Elves. Please like, share, subscribe. Always check out the Fanatical Elves Network. There's a lot of great people that do a lot of great Browns content on there. Trust me, it's worth it. But before I go any further, we have bills to pay. I do have to do a pause for our sponsors. All right, I'm back. Thank you very much. Jeez, what's wrong with me? So, okay, let's let's talk about this. The press conferences were yesterday. We'll talk about Denzel Ward first. He had a lot of good things to say about the defense. He had a lot of good things to say about the Browns and the secondary. One of the things that was most interesting was keeping the secondary together, which is like, you know what? Don't trade Greg Newsome. How can you say this era of the NFL having a lot of good defensive backs would be a bad thing? You know, they drafted Cameron Mitchell last year. They probably might even draft another defensive back later on in the draft. You never know. Very good pick. You have Greg Newsome. You have Martin Emerson. You have Denzel Ward. Wow. That's just amazing. Don't forget Juan Thornhill and also Grant Delpit. What a group to have. Why break it apart? I would expect Greg Newsome to get his fifth-year option picked up before, I believe it's the May 2nd deadline, before the early May deadline. So we were really getting there about with people speculating on things. The more I think about it, if you have a great defense and really an elite defense at home, why mess with it? And that's really what Denzel Ward said. Plus, he's also being a Ohio State Buckeye. He's lobbying GM Andrew Berry to draft more Buckeyes, which I thought was funny. Let's go to Deshaun Watson's press conference. Listen to it. Thought it was interesting. Big takeaway was Mary Kay Cabot jumped on this because she suspected this. I was at the Tennessee game when he hurt his shoulder, and they believe the fracture. He believes the fracture probably did happen, or at least the beginning of that fracture did happen at the Tennessee game, and the he took another hit on that shoulder, probably in the Baltimore game, that broke it even worse. My guess is what happened. They're not sure exactly when it happened, but the surgeon was shocked that he was able to perform the way he did and play the way he did in the Arizona and Baltimore game. And it was there could have been several things with that injury. So what I think the takeaway here, Deshaun, and if you watch and you're listening, hey, slide, go out of bounds. Don't be a hero. Don't take the big hits like that. Your availability could be your best ability, especially in 2024. Um, Also, his rehab is going well. He is throwing at full speed. It's just he's not throwing a lot. He's not. He's building up the muscles to be able to get used to throwing more on that shoulder. So that's the takeaway I got was, yeah, when he's going to be full go, who knows? But probably going to shoot for training camp, which is a good estimation. And I think he will be ready week one. I don't think he'll play it down in the preseason, which I'm maybe a series for one game. I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see. It doesn't seem like it's worth risking it, but we'll let Kevin Stefanski make that decision. That's way down the line. Now, let Kevin Stefanski's press conference. This is interesting too. He talked for 15 minutes. Good press conference, very articulate man, very smart man. Would never say that, but he could talk for 15 minutes and say absolutely nothing, which is wonderful. It's just great to see this. I laugh and I chuckle about it because it's guys, it's April 17th. It's early. I mean, we didn't even we're about what 8 days away from the first round of the draft, 9 days away from day two of the draft when the Browns pick. There's so much more going on. We didn't even get the training camp yet, so there's not a whole lot to say. If you ever notice how the organization handles things, if there's an injury to a player, they really don't say much until they have to, because during the season, every Wednesday, injury report comes out. That's really the tell. So the fact that Nick Chubb is there and he's walking and he's like he came and he participated. He went to the classroom. He's going to participate in the weight training room. He's there all the time rehabbing. Deshaun Watson's rehabbing. It's great. Okay, let's see how it goes. So he didn't say a whole lot, but he did speak very highly of the staff, the team, the roster. What I've been pondering myself, because we have a very good Super Bowl caliber roster. We do. We do. I mean, that's why there's really not much to say. There's not much to go on. The draft, you'll see depth guys, maybe some developmental guys being picked up. The roster's pretty much set. You're not going to see major free agents either. This is the first time that I can remember that the roster was set like this. Because you remember before, back in 2015, 2014, 2013, when we're drafting a guy expecting him to start and perform at a high level, which is a lot. We put in a system in place, and I think the turning point was 2017 with the drafting of Miles Garrett. That was the beginning of the turning point, because even though we went 0-16 that year, it was a start. John Dorsey came in, had a good draft in 2018. Baker Mayfield was in that draft. Yeah, he didn't work out, but Denzel Ward and Nick Chubb were also in that draft with Miles Garrett and David Njoku. Yeah, that's how you kind of piece things together. Little by little, good moves were being made, good players were being brought in, and now we have a solid roster. I wouldn't say solid, I would say very good roster, almost excellent. I would say elite until they hold up that Lombardi trophy. That's when I would say the roster is elite. It's got to be proven on the field, but on paper, we're very good, and it just has to be shown. Give it time. We'll see it. And looking forward to it. Looking forward to tomorrow. That about wraps it up. We will talk a little bit more about the Cleveland Browns. Folks, don't ever forget, okay? I'm here every Monday through Friday morning at 8:30 a.m. I will be on. We'll talk Browns. We'll talk, like, share, comment, all you want. I love it. I appreciate the interaction. Also, check out the Fanatical Elves Network, your subsidiary of Fans First Sports Network. We have a lot of great people posting a lot of great content. Be great. Okay, it's a very good network to follow. So go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That way you know when we're posting. So hey, just always remember, when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow morning.